crafty friends, Colleen here. Here's the little box I put up on Instagram the other day, and I just thought I'd finally get it made and up on my blog. I've had a few little technical errors, but anyway, this is it here. And this one I filled up with what are they? The Kinder Mini Buenos. The reason I bought these because I can't stand hazelnuts, so I won't eat them, which is a good thing because I really don't like hazelnut. So yeah, so I've got those, and that's what I filled up with this box. Now the stamp set I used on this one is called... No, I had that before. What did I do with it? Oh, I'll have to find it. Now the closures I've used on here are the little mini Velcro dots, or some people call them hook and loops. But that's what I've used to seal it. I find the magnets are great, but they're not good for little kids or animals. And I've just, well, I've got lots of small grandchildren and that, and I just think, no, just go to Velcro dots. You can't hurt anybody with those. And this was another one I made. Now this one measures 4 by 4 by 4. Now I got this off Dawn's Stamping Thoughts, and she got it from somewhere else. But I just really love the style and the shape, and I thought it'd be really lovely as a Christmas favour on the table at Christmas time. And I know my sister-in-law who's coming for Christmas lunch already commented on it, so I better make sure hers has really good chockies in it. And this one here I left at, like, this one is 5.5 inches. It's 4 by 4 with the 1.5 inch there, but I cut the paper down, where this one I didn't. I left the paper at 6 inches by 11.5, and when I scored it at 1.5, this made this 4.5 by 4, which is still a really good size. It's not too big, and that one is full of the Kinders as well. So that's the box, and we're doing this topper today. I really like this one. So let's get started. And excuse my coughing, I've just had a bit of a coughing spaz as usual. It's my favourite pastime. Now we're going to be using the Holly and Ivy paper, and this one measures 11.5 by 5.5. We're making the smaller box, which is 4 by 4, and the reason I'm doing that is because I've already cut up for my workshop kits, and that's the size I've cut. And I thought later on I should have left it at 6 by 4, but you know what? It doesn't matter. People can make their own choices. Now on the short side, we're going to score this at 1.5 inches. So this is the 5.5 inch side. Then we're going to turn it to the 11.5 inch side, and I wrote it down. Where did I put it? Right there. There's my notes, even though I've already printed it up. We're going to score it at 1.5. And then again at 5.5, and then again at 7 and 11. And that's all the scoring we're going to be doing. Oh no, we've got another piece, but I've already scored it. We've got another piece that measures 4 inches by 2.5, and I've just scored that at 1.25 inches. So that's for our topper for the top of the bag, and I'm using candy apple to go with this paper. So it should look nice together. Oh, jingos. Now, I have already cut out the 2 circles that I'll be needing. And I'll just show you. This one comes from the Basic Circles. And this is the 2... Yes, this is the 2 inch circle. Now, this one here... Oh, what have I done with it? Oh, here it is. It comes from this set here. I've already had this out, working out a thing, and it comes from here, and this, you get 3 of them, and they all measure 1 7/8 of an inch, and they're a stitch circle, and they just fit inside that. But it was the perfect size for what I wanted here, and it leaves that 1/16 of an inch border of the gold around, which I thought was really quite lovely on there. So that's what we're using today. And the little stamp set is the little M size Santa, which is M1301. I love him. I just think he's the cutest. And our little Velcro dots that we'll be using, they're 3/8 of an inch in diameter. You know, like that way, 3/8 of an inch. And I bought those at Office Works because I thought that was quite a handy little thing. Anyway, so that's what I've cut out. That's where those two circles come from, and our little Santa stamp. We'll be stamping him in a minute. First of all, we'll make our bag up. So we're going to fold and burnish all our score lines. Oh my gosh, I didn't plan that very well, did I? We'll have to cut from the back, I think. I can feel them, I just can't see them. There's another one. And our last one's here. Excuse me. So we're going to be cutting this end away here. It's just the tiny little 1/2 inch section here. We're kind of cut up to that score line there. I know it's really hard to see. So we're cutting away that section there. So we're going to cut up. And then I'm going to do an angle cut in. And then at the top I'm going to do a little angle cut just to get rid of those bits. And then we're going to cut up on all these score lines. So there's one up to that score line. And then another one up to the score line. Another one. Now what I'm going to do here is fold these two pieces out of the way, and I'm going to just notch these two sections. Just so that they fit in easier into the box. Well, it's a box and it's a bag, so it's a blogs. Right, let's give us a break. Okay, so now I'm using our new Mono Air tape runner. Oh my god, I love it. It's a refillable one, and it's really simple to open. You just open like that, take that out, put your new one in, and off you go. But I really love it, and it's just, it glides divinely. Just like that. I mean, what could be better? Oh, except for me getting it over the edge. Right, now we're going to add adhesive to our 1/2 inch section, fold that down, lining up our bottom score line, and adhere into place. And that's our box section. Now I'm going to fold up. Yeah, that's the back. No, this is the back. So we'll flip it over. I'm going to fold this one out of the way for the minute, and I'm going to add adhesive onto this one, and some onto here, some onto here, and I put it on the wrong piece. Never mind. Just silly old chook. Right, so we'll fold this piece in, which should have been the other way around, and then fold that bit onto the top. We have moments. I have moments, ladies and gentlemen. I have moments. Now, I don't know what it is. I watch Mixed Up Craft, and she always puts her panels in between, and I found that it always ends up for a much nicer finish in the base. So then I'm just going to put my fingers in and pinch the sides. I don't want to push it all the way down because I want to fill it up with chalkies, and we'll do that in a minute. Now we'll take this section here, and just on one of the folded sections I'm adding adhesive, and then I'm going to put that onto the back. So if you pinch that down, and adhere that, so right up to the edge, but just to that. I'll show you in a minute. You don't want to go beyond the score line. It needs to be just under the score line, so you'll get a nice clean finish, just like that. Then we're going to take our little pieces. Now I'm going to cut these two in half. Now one of these is slightly clear and the other one is white, so I'm going to put the white side on first. Now when they come separate, but I always mash mine together so that I know where all the pieces are. I'm going to put one there. Yep, that's the white one. And this one will go over here, just like so. And then I'm going to peel off the back. fold it over and press it into place. I tried doing it with one, it just wasn't enough. Two is just the right. I mean, if you had larger ones, maybe. But anyway, so that's that bit done. Now I'm going to adhere the circle straight on to that one. Now we're going to stamp out our little Santa head, which I had a minute ago. Excuse me. Now when I haven't used my stamps for a while, I like to prime them because I know I end up not stamping properly and it does my head in. So we'll just ink up and stamp. Nope, that was a clean one. Sometimes that just doesn't happen. I'll use that one for something else. There we go. Now we're just going to colouring in. Now the three colours I've used, excuse me, are the Ice Grey blend, the Coral shade and the Fair Skin blend. Now I'll just use, and I always use the middle one, which is probably just about ready to run out because I use it so often, just for his hat, because I think it's the best colour that blends really well with candy apple. I couldn't think of the name of the word. So there's his hat done. I mean, if you want to add shading to it, feel free. For his skin, I'm using the lightest colour. Don't forget to colour in his ears, which I've done many times. If this had had longer to dry, it wouldn't be bleeding. But that's okay. I find that when you're using lighter colours, they have a tendency to sort of bleed a little bit if it's freshly stamped. Now I'm just using the darker end to colour in his nose and give him two little cheeks. Then I'm going to go back to the lighter side and just blend that in. So it just gives him that hint. And then with the light grey, I'm just going to go around the edge of his beard. And I am not very good at this. And a little bit on his moustache. And that'll do. I want a little bit on his eyebrows. And that's it. And then I'm going to fussy cut out around him. I'm not very good at this either, so be warned. Probably sitting there cringing and crying. I know when I watch someone who does something and I'm thinking, no, not like that. We've got some really excellent fussy cutters in our group. Deanne, Desney, to name a few. I know they're very particular. Me, I'm just like, slap happy, that'll do. And we got some that I watch and I go, no. I won't mention names because I'll probably smack me one. So that's our little one. Now I'll get some foam dots. One there, one at the bottom. Peel that off. Stick it on, stick Santa onto the middle of the circle. Now work out where he is. Maybe I should have done that before. Put some adhesive on the top and just press that into, oh, I've got adhesive there. Stick that down. Take my finger up to lift it up. Press him down into place. And that's our little bag. Now if you like, you could tie some ribbon around it, but I just really like it just plain. I mean, and once he's got his lollies in, which we'll do now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe one more, 6. Give him a wiggle. That's better. There we are. So now he sits really well, now that he's got some lollies in them. So we hold 6 mini Kinder Buenos. I hope you enjoyed that the little session today. even with all my mistakes in it. We have moments. So till next time, keep on crafting, and bye for now.